Hi folks, it's Margaret here again from M.E.s Orchids. After watching some of Ric L's videos, I was quite intrigued at the way he kept some of his orchids and in the media. How he kept different ones in gravel, and he called it hydroponics, and then I thought to myself, well, he seemed to make a lot of sense in when you're a novice. Now, I don't normally follow trends because there's been waterculture, semi-waterculture, there's been hydroponics, there's been everything, and in the end you have to deal with the environment you live in. But actually, how Rick kept some of his orchids, some of the cattleyas, some of the phalaenopsis, got me wondering this morning. And I remember seeing in the garden some gravel. So it was just in one of the pots, and there's big pieces. Little tiny pieces like pea shingle. So what I did, I cleaned it all up, gave it a good wash, and I thought, well, I've got a couple of pots, let me just go and see who I can pick on to try this experiment out. Now, I don't normally experiment with my orchids because when I've experimented with them in the past, I've killed them. So I thought, well, they've got to be fairly healthy plants to start with, and so I picked a couple, and the first one is this phalaenopsis here. Now, she's been through the mill, this one, as you can see. She's got this huge, great big new leaf, and she's got a really good roots inside that media. She's got aerial roots, like you can see, there's tips on them. So I thought, well, she's a good candidate, because at the end of the day, she's well established. And I'll show you the pot I'd actually got her in. You just bear with me a minute. I'd got her in this holy pot here, and it was tilted, so she was doing all right. She got sphagnum moss, she got styrofoam peanuts in there, and everything, but it was too wet at the bottom with the sphagnum moss. And she got some bark as well, so I thought, well, she's a good candidate. And let me just put that down there, because she's actually, if you want to use the expression, she's the sister of the big white phal here, which I've shown many a time. And bear with me a minute while I come across. I don't like to go too quickly because make all of you dizzy. And that's the other sister. So two of them have done absolutely fine, and this one will probably bloom for me this winter. The leaves are humongous, but she's happy. And but this one here, I don't know what I did to her, but I upset her, and but she's on the road to recovery now. So I've set her down with all these pieces of gravel, and hopefully I'll give her a month and see how she goes on. So the second one, I can hear everybody saying, oh no, she's not touched the angraecum again. That angraecum, that poor angraecum, she doesn't deserve that angraecum. But then I think to myself, well, why not? She's got this new shoot on, this new root there, and she was just in a plastic pot, just a round one, and I found this crock this morning. Well, she's still on the same base as that one. Let me just see if I can bring her in a little bit. And she's got lots of roots, lots and lots of roots. So I gently, and I mean gently, I've cleaned the pot first. It's a big pot, and it's got this big side missing, so I cleaned that up, put this plastic brace, for want of a better word, and gently lifted her up and placed her in there. So she's got, again, she's planted in gravel. I hardly touched the roots the bark and everything that she was in, so I've tried not to disturb her, and she's in this pot now, so hopefully she did forgive me. I hope she'll forgive me again, but I think that'll work out quite well, because I shall be able to see when her roots are green, and how the gravel looks inside, and when I water her I shall be able to flush her through. Of course there's a hole in the bottom of the pot as well, and just, you've probably seen this in the background here. This is what I use for all the orchids. It's something Ed, senior moment there. Ed suggested that I buy and use for the orchids. So there's a little teaspoon inside, and I don't use it even that much. I just use a few grains of it, put it in water, and up to now everything seems to be okay. So it's unusual for me to grab on somebody else's ideas and think, well, that's absolutely brilliant. But sometimes, you know, you get new ideas from new people on YouTube, and we're all there to learn. So I thought, well, here goes. So thank you, Rick, and I will give you an update in a few weeks' time. So I'm just panning over here so you can see this nice little fowl here. Anyway, from me to you, enjoy your orchids, and we'll speak soon. Bye bye now.